lesson learned. Okay, so today we're squatting. I did put it in the chat, but I will talk us through it as well. We have a little over sort of upper body stuff to pair with it for funsies. So we're starting with some either body weight squats, 3 rounds of 10 squats. These can be body weight or weighted. So that can progressively get harder if you choose, followed by 10 lateral raises. I have another option, a single arm variation, 3-point rows, which I'll go over, but very essentially an upper back and postural exercise for a lot of us. And a lot of engagement. 10 seated overhead press, and then seated is relative, by the way, just getting lower, and repeating that 3 times through. So 10 squats, 10 lateral raises, and 10 seated overhead press. Repeat total 3 times. And then the working sets themselves. I have 5 times through, 5 per side Bulgarian split squats. It's been ages, I think, since we've done these. If you need a split squat because you don't have anything to lift your foot up on, that's fine. Just change it to a split squat. I said you can increase complexity through load, so like weight increase, or changing the position of your weight. So the higher up your weight gets, so if you're not carrying your weights by your side, like a suitcase, on your shoulders, like front rack, overhead, you get the idea. You can get more and more complex. So if you're kind of stuck with the weight choice you have, you're like, this is fine, thanks, coach. We can add complexity on how we where we put the weight can make this more challenging, if that feels appropriate. After your 5 sets of 5 per side, I do expect a rest after your per leg position. So you can go resting between legs or afterwards, but take a break, put your weights down. And then we have 4 times through, 8 push-ups. I said, or burpees, okay? The burpees obviously slightly more metabolically increasing, or cardiovascularly harder. Push-ups still challenging, but it's less up and down. 8 per side press from a hollow position. I'll show you what that is. And then 8 per side single leg glute bridges. So everything's 8, which is easy. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with some cat cows. And then we'll get this going, all right? So I usually suggest 10, but again, feel free to add or take away as needed per movement that we cover in the warm-ups. After your 10 cat cows, we'll move into our bird dogs next. Feel free to keep your hands on the ground and focus on extending the leg only. If you feel inclined, you can do the opposite arm. And then switching sides. Go. And try and point that toe down on that extending leg. Good. After you have that's 10 total, by the way. That's 5 per side. No need to do 10 per side unless you feel so inclined. We'll get a little upper back rotation. So if we're on the ground, we're going to reach one hand towards the ceiling. You be as gentle as you need in both directions. And then I'll face you for this piece. So my hands to the ceiling. And then if I need to or want to, I can between my gap wrist and my elbow, wrist my knee, excuse me. I'm reaching through. I like to breathe in as I reach my hand up and kind of just gently exhale. To reach through. Let's release 3 per direction. If you need a little more vertical, you can stand up and do the same thing, but there'll be no through, just more of a reach up. Recognizing any limitations or differences per side is fine. Okay, lovely. And we'll finish off with the 90-90s. And then we can see Maxine's lovely face once we get back to standing. So we're gonna go side to side. Let your hip come off the ground. So in this case, my right leg's down, my left hip and leg are off. If you have a different hip opener, that one instead.
Go ahead. Sit.
I just tail carry. I just use tail at the edge of the screen.
Oh. He's got his burger in his mouth. It's like a
he's showing you. It's really. Do you see my burger?
oh wait, sir. That's all right. He'll calm down in a second.
I mean, look, I am not being bothered, so don't feel like you have to apologize.
He wants my breakfast, so sorry,
Oh.
sir.
Say, Mom, what are you doing?
Take your burger elsewhere, sir.
In his defense, you are at dog height.
I am. I'm like play level.
Yeah, you're even playing field. You're like, we're gonna go. We're ready.
Yeah. He knows that I like to play, so he's like,
oh, is it time? Is it time? I mean, it's confusing. I get it. I would be confused too. So what we're gonna do here, let's talk about, actually, I'll show you the seat. I'll demonstrate things from basically bottom of the list to the top, just because one of them is seated. So I do have seated overhead press. This can be per side, by the way. So it's okay if you find that you don't have a pair of dumbbells or a pair of weights appropriate for this. The seated element is essentially we're adding complexity to an overhead press. Again, if you have a fixed amount of weight, if this is too complex, we can bring this more vertical. So I'm going to start with the most challenging variation where I am seated on the ground. Now, if you have trouble extending the leg or sitting up from this position, we're going to bias this shoulder and hip relationship. So if you're like, oh, I can't do it, go ahead and just bend the knees. I am fine with that, okay? Or you can find a handy cookbook. It does not need to be a Bible size cookbook, but unless you want to read Nordic baking. You can sit on something, same thing. So this is sort of, a couple inches will alleviate that stress off your hamstrings and allow you to sit upright, okay? But either way, I want you sitting up vertically. And then if you have the ability to use 2 weights, we'll be here, right? Right. It's fairly complex. What I'm trying not to do is I'm trying not to lean back, right? I'm trying to stay upright. If single arm, I'm taking my left hand down. Makes more sense for you, this is okay with me, okay? If this is too much, we can go to a kneeling position, right? We can have a seat on a couch if you have one nearby. So that's going to be kind of our third movement, okay, of this initial list. The middle one, your lateral raises, okay, are very similar in purpose, trying to get the upper body lats, right, engaged. I have a bend in my elbow. I know my switch is black, but I have a little bend in my elbow. I might kind of feel like I'm flexing, right? I'm raising my elbow up. So my chest stays open. If you need to carry, quite frankly, 2 cans of soup here, totally fine. Just make sure they're the same weight. The lightest weight I have is 10 pounds. I'm at the gym, I'm usually using 5 to 10 max. So dumbbells are on my side. I'm standing up or kneeling in some cases. And I'm going to go ahead and keep my shoulders down and raise my elbows up, right? Right. So it's very kind of like for me right here, a little posterior shoulder, right? A little upper back flex. They're called lateral raises. If it causes pain, let's avoid those. We can do 3-point rows. So your substitution would be hand on knee or a couch, weight in hand, and then rowing. So we're still getting the same body part. We're just doing one arm at a time. Okay. So that'd be 10 per side instead of 10 lateral raises. And then, of course, finally, your squats. We all know those. So in terms of your squats, I'm looking for just warming up. Get the legs warmed up. You can add weight or not. Let's start standing. We can start at the top of our list here. Let's do 10 either body weight squats. Okay. No weight. Okay. We can do squatting this way. We can add a weight, goblet. You can write whatever you like. We're doing 10 of them. So weight or unweighted here is not critical, just whatever feels good for a nice warm up. We're doing this 3 times through. So you can also add load, right? Add weight on rounds 2 and 3. After your 10 squats, you're doing your lateral raises. So I keep my shoulders down, my elbows a little bit bent, almost like I think of, you know, those bodybuilders who can't move their arms because their biceps are too big. Kind of like that. That's my brain where it goes, you know, I'm talking, Maxine. It's a funny look. And then you're going to go ahead and just raise the elbow. The hands can be, like I would say, in line with. We're not like raising the hand above the elbows. And you should
I
hopefully.
missed this.
Good.
Oh, the seated is the butt on the ground. I missed we went backwards through
Yeah,
that earlier.
that's the overhead press. This is one where you can do this kneeling or standing. If you're already near the ground, that's fine. If you're standing up, that's okay. Generally, the like less leg assistance, right? So for standing, we have the most leg assistance. You can sit to a couch or a bench. And then of course, then getting to the ground, logistics aside, makes things upper body base a little harder because you have less help with the legs.
Thanks.
And it's okay, yeah, to just sit on a bench, right? Even if we're just not standing in some cases. Good. And respecting our range of motion on the shoulders too, right? So keeping a gentle brace, rib cage is going to feel like it's being pushed down as opposed to out. Good. Just ahead of Maxine and Carrie. That's
Hey. Hey. Good morning, Nikki.
I texted more coffee question mark. And then this is really, did you measure your coffee?
No.
Okay.
I only had 1 cup.
Ow. Okay. Well, you're fired from this job.
No. I only had 1 cup.
Yes, and there's only 11 ounces per person. How many
I had a
ounces?
tiny cup.
I don't think you did.
Your cup.
I measured. I did. Well, these pants were clean. That's okay. They're green. You can't tell there's coffee on them. I don't think. Okay. This is why I like to get up earlier than Nikki, so I get both of my cups before he does. It's what we call commission when you make it first. Good. Again, these you both do a great job with these, but if you can't help but use this one, the upper neck. I called it as per my previous email, neck muscles. It's as per my previous email. If you can't help using those, a 3-point row is a nice option because it's easier to kind of just, that position feels slightly less. I think it's more intuitive for most of us to not use those. Every female identified person I talk to, it's like, oh yeah, I know that. I know what that is. I have I guess my parents' friend, but a family friend who's been in my life for a long time. And her name is Kim, and she used to have a BlackBerry. So
Love my BlackBerry.
she could, if she could still have one to this
Yeah.
day, she would.
I would too.
I'm not sure it's supported anymore, but
No.
she would constantly, by accident, sign off emails as Jim, right? But as an event planner, which is what she did when she was working, she didn't get a whole lot of no's as Jim because
That's fascinating.
Mhm. Or like less questions, you know?
Yeah.
Less are you sures, or can we negotiate a rate, or
Yeah.
yeah. I've also started, instead of unless of course I've made a mistake and apologies are necessary. I've started saying thank you for your patience.
Yes.
Because even if they're not patient, doesn't matter.
You're projecting.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
I'm just, you know.
I do that all the time. When I get like snarky emails that are people being impatient, that's exactly what I do. Thank you for your patience.
You put a smiley face next to it?
No. See, that would be,
With teeth.
I think that's a grimace, but that would actually work too. It's one of those, I think the teethy smiley face would be funny to some specific people.
Yeah.
But if you're looking to be as neutral as possible, or someone
No.
could be like, she was rude. That can't be rude. That's patience. Yeah, I type what I want to say, and then I'm like, take all the I'm sorry, I hope you're okay, thank you very much, and I just remove those. There you go. Usually in initial emails, like initial contact emails, and then it sort of rounds out as soon as we develop a rapport. I'm
feeling this one in the third round. This is extra fun.
The overhead press, yeah, it gets a little spicy.
It's spicy.
We don't press. I mean, we reach overhead, right? We grab things from our cupboards. I can't think of, overhead compartments, you're grabbing your luggage, that kind of thing. But it is rare that I would say, for many people to be loading an overhead position, unless instructed, doesn't really happen a whole lot. We live our lives kind of like here, this is kind of our range of, I'm grabbing my mug, I'm doing stuff, right? But we don't reach here. And it's just a good to know you can, right? If you have the privilege of being tall, you probably get asked quite often, can you reach that for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's my job in the grocery store. People ask me all the time.
And conversely, if you need the can at the bottom, because pumpkin's always at the bottom in the dog food aisle, you know what I'm talking about. You ask them to grab dog food. It's just like you switch. Or at least pumpkin was at Whole Foods was at the bottom shelf. So if you're on a pumpkin, there's usually pumpkin in the dog food aisle. Pro tip. Same stuff, just put it in a different place. At least it was 10 years ago. I don't know what it's now. So now we've done our 3 rounds. We're gonna hopefully woken up the shoulders, upper back's nice and awake. And our legs are ready. We have our split squats or Bulgarian split squats. Primary difference is your back leg is either lifted or not. So this can increase balance demands by lifting your back leg, which tends to decrease the weight you carry, or the way in which you carry it gets harder faster. But I want you to choose what makes sense for you. Okay. When we split squat or any single leg variation, we've discussed this many times, but you can either, if you have one option, right, one weight opposite, so standing, not standing, you can go with the same side. You can have 2, one on each hand. So I want you to choose what feels best, basically. And in terms of the difficulty, we can add complexity. So I'm going to do this just without my foot lifted, just to show you. So if I have a singular weight, I'm carrying it next to me, right? I'll do my split squats. That's fine. I find this orientation more comfortable for myself. I might add complexity by taking the same weight, putting it here. It's slightly more challenging. I can then go goblet variation. So carry here. Same idea.
Yes.
We can go to here, 1 or 2 dumbbells, right? I don't know if you'd want to, but you could here. A little extra, maybe unnecessary. You get the idea. So the higher up on the torso you get, the more the demand increases with the same weight. The violin does not bother me, by the way. You're good. Okay. So let's go ahead, right? For your split squat, either foot down or foot elevated. Just make sure that the leg you're squatting on, right? Whether your foot's here or your foot is here, okay? You can go either way with foot position. You're squatting over that leg. So my weight is over this leg. I'm not trying to sit on this hamstring, okay?
With the leg elevated, the opposite is holding the weight. I
It's
would
up to you.
forget.
It's up to you. So even if your foot's elevated, your hand and weight relationship. So like, if my right leg's down, I like to hold my left hand, but I have plenty of clients who prefer to hold the same. So
Okay.
try a few, see which ones you like. And you guys keep squatting. As a reminder, for a gentle guideline, this is just going to put you in the general area that you're gonna Bulgarian split squat. You're gonna take your surface, if you can, sit on it, extend the leg you wanna squat with, either fully or a little bit bent. You can push yourself up. You can look behind you. Obviously, these couch are not a big deal, but if it's a smaller object. I like to go tops of my foot, but if you prefer ball of the foot, that's fine. This is already kind of long for my taste. I already know this, but if I go down and I'm like, oh no, that's kind of long, so too far away, I put my foot down, adjust a little closer because that's what I want, right? Instead of, you can hop forward and back, but hopping is a little inaccurate. Listen, you're not really going to repeat the same. But once you found your foot position, you can just match it, okay? And if you find that the Bulgarian, the lifting of the leg is complex enough, maybe we're not adding weight. We can bias a balance factor here, then add weight later. Doing 5 sets of these, right? So taking a break, putting your weights down between at least both legs, if not between each leg.
I feel like these are going to add up.
Yes, it's technically only 25 reps per leg.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Nikki Brown.
Nikki's gonna go swim. How many meters? Yards? All of them.
All of them. All of the yards.
That's a lot of yards.
A lot of yards.
He's a long swim this morning.
Nice.
That's what you get for training for an Ironman.
Yeah.
I'd like to just enjoy swimming. That'd be my goal one. Have fun. Don't panic and drown.
That's
They're not the same.
goals.
Yeah.
Those are good goals.
Don't, I would say preemptively panic. That's it. It's like, because you can panic when drowning. That's fine. It's the panicking before I have to panic part. I basically just tell myself I'm going to die by accident, and then I start to think of dying. It's a whole thing.
It's not good.
So I avoid water when possible. But no, any single leg variation, lunges, split squats, you name it, is going to be the thing that makes your legs feel like jelly the next day. A heavy back squat will do the same, but it takes a lot more load and demand. Whereas I could do bodyweight lunges and be like, and I want to cry every time. Yeah. I'm not kidding. I have cookbooks over there. These are all just hanging out with me. No.
So what's your favorite thing you've made out of that?
I hate to say it, but there's like a honey loaf, like a honey roll, basically.
Oh,
It's very mild. And it's one of those, like, it's just like a sweet wheat bun. And then you can add citrus or cardamom, or, you can kind of like, but the thing is, he uses fresh yeast for everything. Okay. Cool. Fresh yeast. Yeah, let me get right on that. You need like 3 blocks, so you're spending $6 on yeast, and you're like, really? All right, okay. But there is a recipe I haven't made yet, but thick and chewy ginger snaps are looking yummy, but I'm gonna wait till winter because that feels
very winter.
a little preemptive. So
yeah, I mean, although it's it's kind of winter now in San Francisco, so
it is, but like it doesn't have the like it still warms up too early. Like it's still kind of pleasant and
yeah, it was beautiful yesterday where I was.
stunning. Yeah. There's Icelandic layer cake. I don't know.
Ooh,
See, all these things I can't justify making a cake or a tort when there's the 2 of us in the house. Because then we eat it. And there is such thing as too much. So my personal favorite is called Fine Preserving. It's out of publication now. Elegant Unusual Recipes. And there's some really weird things in here that I would never eat, but it's still fascinating to read about. Like cucumber ketchup was the recipe I just read.
Wow. That's awesome.
Jelly with lemon and papaya juices.
Huh.
Yeah, it's of a time.
Yeah.
Look at the color of the book. It's of a time.
It's chartreuse.
Chartreuse.
The special time to wear.
But like there are things in here that I'm like, oh, like mustard pickle. I'm not. That sounds good. Like there's things that I would actually eat.
Yeah, like pickling with like fresh mustard. Is that what?
Yeah, or mustard seeds. I'm like, heck yeah, I would do that. Brandied strawberries. Like it's not all bad, but it is quite funny to read. It makes me chuckle. There's a lot of like mint jellies. That was a thing. And that had its moment.
Sorry.
No lamb for you, huh?
Who's having mint jellies? Who is that household?
The Brits.
I'm judging. Sorry, I'm done now.
You can.
My left leg is really a lot harder on the left side.
Yeah. And so you'll just like when we press or do anything single-sided, you'll notice obviously there's one side that's more difficult, whether it's range of motion, motor control. So the nice thing about the split squats, whether your foot's up or down, is your range of motion isn't set. Where usually when I have you squat, I'm like, hey, sit like you're sitting to a chair. if your left leg is like, nope, then don't.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I was swapping over to the other style of it to get more depth, but I don't know if that's shortchanging my left leg or just meeting I think that's meeting myself where I'm at. That's what I'm trying to do.
I think when you're doing single-sided things like this, you're meeting yourself where you're at. I wouldn't change the weight you're lifting, right? I wouldn't
Right.
lift here with your right leg versus your left leg, necessarily. But we're just giving the left leg a chance to try, right? Like we're giving it a chance to do something. And if it's like, cool, that's all I have. Okay, that's all it has. And we're just sort of giving it an option to do something. Beautiful. So, like all joking aside, a little soreness is okay. If you need to manage this, try and go for a walk. You can stretch a little bit, but a little bit of fatigue in the legs is meant to happen. That is designed this way. We have finally a little upper body piece. So the legs are going to take a bit of a break. We have 8 push-ups. I said, or burpees. So take it as you will. Okay, we can elevate the push-ups, use your knees, all the good stuff. Yeah. Second movement is 8 per side, press from a hollow position. So this is, we've done these two things separately. We're just going to put them together. So we've pressed from the floor before, a floor press, if you recall that one. And then we've done the hollow position, which I just wanted to point out, did not swear at me. She just alluded to a swear word. Didn't actually say it. She said effed, but like didn't know, no mean words. But just wanna, for the public, we're curious. We're gonna press from that shape. So our hollow position is some variation. I think of the full variation, I feel like is like a bit like a pasta bowl or a banana. So I think of tucking my pelvis, my chin's to my chest, so my head's supported, and then I'm going to extend my legs. So the full version is like, if you know how the hold is here, right? Like a pasta bowl. My low back is on the ground, okay? Or I'm trying to keep it there. I honestly tend to be kind of here because this is what feels more appropriate difficulty wise. But any sort of tuck shape is what we're looking for. Now, the whole press part, again, you might need to reduce your weight a little bit. I grab my weight. You can have a weight in each hand, by the way. I'm going to go per side here because that feels less complicated. Bring my knees to my chest. I'm going to brace, bring my head up, apply my tuck. I'm going to go into my version of a hollow hold. I'm going to go ahead and press 1, 2. So I have more demand on the torso. Okay. If this is a head and neck issue, like not loving that, you can just floor press. That's it. You can just go feet down. Right. So shoulders touching the ground. My elbow, right? The slot between my body is up to you. This distance, right? Where do you want? I want my shoulder on the ground and then here. Okay. So we need to take the demands of this position out. You can simplify by making more compact or removing all together. Okay. And then the single-sided glute bridge is self-explanatory, where we're either, right, glute bridge here, lift the leg here, or heel down. Right, and we're focusing on the opposite. So starting with your elevated push-ups or push-ups.
I'm gonna give it a go.
Give it a shot. And if you need to just reduce the reps, Maxine, do 4.
Okay.
That's great. Don't worry about doing, if you want to practice harder versions, just do less. Nice job.
Slip everywhere.
With the yoga mat? Yeah, fair.
Yeah, like 2 because I have hardwood underneath and it's extra on the knees. So when we're on our knees, I like to have 2 layers.
Yeah.
The yoga mat is down now. It's not moving anywhere.
Yeah, I get that. So we're doing these 8 push-ups or burpees. 8 per side, press from a hollow position. It can be just raising your hand up right? Without weight, fine too. But we're focusing on the hollow position if possible. And then 8 per side single leg glute bridges. 4 times or up to 4 times. I think we should be okay to do so. But and if you need clarification on any of those things, just break them down to their component parts, particularly the press from a hollow position. Start with the hollow position, then either the press. It's okay. Don't worry about the background noise, Carrie. You're fine.
There's a lot happening.
Don't worry about it.
It's like prime time.
It would not be, my house was never prime time at 6:47 in the morning. Or maybe it was for my parents, but it was not for me.
Oh, I'm gonna feel these holds tomorrow
Yeah.
or Thursday.
I mean, it's a glorified hollow hold. The pressing is happening. Of course you're pressing, but the pressing for me feels more like a distraction. I'm like, look, I'm doing a thing over here while doing this thing. So
Okay.
good. And like I said, if you need to come out of that hollow position for a second or between, arms, take a break, that's okay.
We're on the ground, glutes. I knew that.
Yeah, either single leg or B stance or split stance, same thing. So instead of having your feet kind of, even, you'd have like 1 foot slightly in front. So this is a nice in between on that glute bridge, especially if you're having trouble doing them with a single leg, but 2 feet is too easy. If you guys are ever, well, listen, not ever, you guys are in the city quite often. If you ever make it to, well, if you have anyone who likes cookbooks, and I happen to be that person, but like in your life, go ahead and go to Omnivore Books, and it's only a cookbook shop. They only have books related to food and cooking. Can't recommend it enough. Nice work. So between movements or between, so a full round or set would be your push-ups, your press from a hollow hold, and your glute bridges. So when you finish your glute bridges, you can take a break, right? At least once.
How many rounds?
4 rounds total. But like I said, if you need to modify either the number of rounds, so let's say doing 8 push-ups, but the 3 is more like 24 reps, right? Is enough. Stop there. Or you can reduce the reps within 4 sets to hit a certain volume or stay below a certain volume. But yeah, I wrote 4 rounds, 4 sets. But you're both adults. I trust you to make a decision that's good for you. Right. And it's okay to come up and stand up, Maxine, if you ever want to just not lay on your floor the entire time.
I'm working down here, I promise.
No, I believe you. I'm just saying, you don't have to stay down there.
Okay.
If you don't want to. Like being on your dining room floor is not quite the same as being on your basement floor. Yeah. Although I would imagine you have a very clean floor, Maxine. You look at it a lot.
So it is pretty clean, actually.
Whereas I would if I had to, but I wouldn't lay on my garage floor. Unless extremely necessary. I,
Round 4. Here we go.
Okay.
Black and it's steamy. It's all good.
Nice job.
Hey, sir.
Is there a hamburger involved?
No, now he's just watching. I'm pure entertainment now.
Well, burpees, dogs either love burpees and they're like, what you doing? They're so confused at burpees. Or they think it's also extra invitation to play. They're like, are you playing too? They get really excited and they start to like, romp around. They're like, wow, okay, all right, we're speaking the same language. Let's go. So I can see that going both ways. I found your new favorite dessert, Maxine.
What's that?
I found your new favorite dessert, creme de mint pineapple or rum pineapple. What do you think?
What was the first one?
Creme de mint. You heard me.
Oh, creme de mint or pineapple?
No, creme de mint pineapple.
Ew. What?
I'm kidding, obviously. Yeah.
Wait, why do you need to combine those things?
That's a great question. And this is, so the person who wrote this book is Catherine Plageman, whatever. And her description of this recipe says, either of these forms of pineapple is good over lemon ice. Yeah, anyway.
Put the drugs down, Catherine.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's amusing. It was published in 1967.
Okay.
That give you some
I was gonna guess. Yeah.
condiment?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Fascinating.
I find it very amusing.
Creme de mint pineapple?
Yep, I'm not doing that. Don't worry.
No.
If someone paid for the ingredients, I would try it to make it, but I wouldn't spend my own money making it. That's no, absolutely not. That's a no for me.
No.
Carrie, what were you on? I feel like you and Maxine were. Did you 4? Were you on 5? Okay, great. You're on 4. Good. Just making sure.
I'm just gonna keep going while we chat.
You
make
can
it
keep
through.
going. Look, I'm just saying you can stop at 4. There's no
I'm stopping it. This is 4. I'm in 4 right now.
in 4. Perfect.
Okay, go. And she's doing burpees.
She's doing burpees. The other one is the flavor thesaurus is fun.
Flavor thesaurus.
Yeah, and there's a second one. Basically, it's like you can look up an ingredient like coffee, right? And then it'll be like coffee and walnut. It'll just
that's interesting. Yeah.
it'll give you some recipes, but also just kind of like ideas.
Yeah.
It doesn't always, it's just more like I have these in my house. Do these go together?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, their parents came from a time when they had to be creative, so
yeah,
perhaps the inspo came from less than.
Yep.
But in general, like, it's just interesting to see Like there's like prosciutto and peach, or like
Oh,
prosciutto and white fish. I don't know. Okay, well, I don't know.
yeah.
It's interesting, right? They like it's just sort of like visually a very pretty book because like
Yeah. That is pretty.
but sometimes when I'm like I have an ingredient and I'm like, I don't know what goes with this stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of give you like
Cool.
think outside of the box, you know?
Yeah.
And they have a second version where they have more, more stuff. They have more flavors,
I love that.
like coconut and cardamom.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Huh.
I don't know. It's just sort of interesting.
Is that a more modern book? Is that from
This is let's see. Yeah, it is for sure. This was published, first edition was 2010.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But like it's just I would say it's one of those books where like again, if you like cooking or it's just sort of like you're interested in flavor profiles, it's fun to have around.
Yeah.
Kind of
That
a
is
fun
cool. I like that.
But I find it like whatever I'm like kind of thinking, I'm sure I just need an inspiration or a brain like a little idea. I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Where does that go with?
Love that.
Kind of interesting. Um, okay, my friends, good work. How was that? How do you feel?
Good. Like I'm gonna be wrecked later.
I mean,
feel it. Good. Good
hopefully,
stuff.
Well, I'm coming back. I was really proud of myself last week. Got up every day and did my workouts. So I know.
yeah, you just kind
Coming
of have to.
back. Just
Sometimes
coming back.
something is better than nothing,
Exactly.
right?
Yep.
And you just gotta like whatever your goal is, right? But ultimately you gotta take care of yourself first. So there is gonna be a point at which not doing your workout is also the better option. But I think we're all pretty good at figuring out when that's the case. But beautiful work today. Take care of yourselves. If you can go for a walk, just move your body gently, yoga, whatever a gentle movement practice is. Be kind to yourselves. And I will see you next week. And you can text me if you, well, I know you haven't, you can let me know how kindly. Actually, any emojis and gifts are welcome. Opinions.
You've opened yourself up. We're a kind group.
I
Bye.
look forward to it.
It's gonna be awesome. Thank you,
Bye,
Kirstie.
guys. Take care.
Bye. Have a great day.
You too.
I cannot turn this off. There we go. There she goes.